Friends, what is up? Greg Newmaster coming at you with another action figure review. Man, have I been waiting for this figure forever. Um, I don't know. It feels like it's been almost 2 years since they announced these, maybe longer. Thundercats, Super 7, Wave 1. I have Lion-O here. I'm also going to do a review on the other figures in the wave, except for Panthro. I didn't get Panthro because I was happy with the Panthro I already had, and I didn't think it was worth getting another one. But Lion-O, Mumra, Jackalman, yes. So here we start with Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, by far my favorite cartoon character as a kid. I don't know. There was something about that show. It was the animation style, the music, the corny fantasy tropes, all blended together. Anthropomorphic cats, just I don't know. It's just so cool, and I was just hooked from that. I'm telling you, it was that intro. It was that introduction, that anime introduction. They knew what they were doing, and just hearing that music and hearing Lion-O say thunder, thunder, Thundercats ho, in just such an epic way. Like, just loved it. Just watched every episode obsessively. Loved it more than He-Man. Loved it more than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just love Thundercats. So I did a review of the Mattel version, the Matty Collector Thundercats Classics before. So if you want to go back and get a really extensive review of that figure, I am going to compare the two figures. But let's get going. Let's crack this baby open. So here's the box. It's the collector's box that it comes in. We have the original Thundercats logo, which looks fantastic. Here's Super 7. So here's the Mattel version box that the other one came in, the Matty Collector version, or Club Third Earth. That's what the original Lion-O looked like. So we'll take this guy. There's the back of the box. Yeah, so I'm going to hold on to this because it's a collector's item, and you want to hold on to these boxes. So I'm going to pull this guy out, and that's what we got on the inside. Like, look at how beautiful that packaging is. I don't really care about the packaging, but on a collector's item like this, you know, it's like the 112 collectives also. Those figures, the packaging is just so gorgeous. This is a foil red. We have the original Thundercats logo. It feels like I'm getting a box DVD set or Blu-ray set. Got Super 7 down there. Ultimate. So I guess this would be considered Ultimate Lion-O, just like the Ultimate He-Man and Skeletor. Look at that. The original logo on the back. Nothing on the sides. That's what it looks like on the bottom. We got Super 7. Yeah, so we'll pull this slip cover off, and there he is. And just a comparison with the original figure. The original packaging of the original figure was awesome. I mean, it has Cat's Lair on the sides. There's a nice image of Lion-O. So as I open this up, just so you guys can get an idea of what the new versus old, or if you're not familiar and all of a sudden you do want to get these, that's what the packaging, this is what the original packaging of the old one looks like. This is the Super 7 version right here. I have, and that packaging is fantastic. Look at that image of Lion-O. Look at that on the back. There it is on the side. Let's see what it looks like in the Super 7. The Super 7 has the original, one of the original Thundercat images. This is, you can often find this on t-shirts, like if you're looking for a Thundercats t-shirt, but this image was all over the place in the 80s. There's some wording there. Let's see what it says. Lion-O, smart, fast, and skilled as a warrior. Lion-O is the prince turned king of the Thundercats, a boy when they fled Thundera. He now, as a young adult, has the mind and temperament of a 12-year-old, so he has some maturing to do. His exclusive weapon, the Sword of Omens, gives him the power of sight beyond sight and makes him the dire enemy of the evil Mumra. Yeah, so I don't know which one I like better. I like this. I love this image because it's the whole team. But I love this new artwork here where it has Cat's Lair on the older figure. Yeah, so Matty Collector. That's the original figure. But anyhow, let's get this guy out. I've been waiting for him for so long. Oh man. This is immediately going to go on the shelf. I want to see how he compares to the new one. I was excited to get this one because in the images, the Sword of Omens looked better. They gave the original looking claw shield, which I really wanted. And we get the two different head sculpts and a whole bunch of good stuff. So let's take a look at this guy, and then I'll compare him to other Lion-Os that I have. And so we got double plastic there. A lot of hands. So I'm probably gonna swap these hands out. It seems like these hands are exactly the same. So there's the Book of Omens. Which plays a big part in the very final episode of Thundercats. Get a good look at that there. Looks great. My paint looks a little like they've got some dust or whatever on it, but it's cool. It's like a cool effect for the book. Looks really good. Nice little item. This was like another world. Like often Lino would get transported in there, and he would have some sorts of testing. A really great comic book series was it was sort of like a Thundercats Age of Apocalypse, and it right when I guess in the mid 2000s it came out, and Lion-O got stuck in the book, and then time went on without him, and then Mumra was responsible for getting him stuck in the book, and then Mumra takes over and enslaves the Thundercats, and it's just a great story, and Lion-O comes out and he has to like fix everything. That's a fantastic comic book. I think it's called Thundercats The Return. If you want to check that out. So let's get him out and see. Oh, we got some paint splotches on the back of mine. That's a bummer. You know, it's like you wait so long for something and you get quality control right out of the packaging, so that's a little bit annoying. I'll have to scrape that off with a knife, but yeah, he's looking not too bad. Has the claw shield attached to his hip there. Let's see if this guy is removable. Yeah, that Sword of Omens is removable. And it goes right in there on the side. So that's the brand new claw shield. You get two of the brand new one, and then you get two of the old sculpt. But looks great. I really wanted this for the traditional claw shield because I like things to be accurate. But yeah, so here's the new short sword of Omens. Looks really good. Painted really nice. Let's compare it to the Matty Collector version. And here is this is the first version that Matty Collector did, and this is the Super 7. Oh man, I have a paint scratch on mine on the one side. Jeez, oh man, that pisses me off. There's a paint scratch right on there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. It's like, come on, guys. Let's see here. It's actually a lot smaller. Or maybe, well, it's not smaller. It's just the grip on this one is longer. This is the original one. This is the new one. I like how the hilt points down more than this one. So this one looks way more accurate. The eye is more round. This is like an egg shape. So this one looks way better, minus the paint defect on mine. Looks really accurate to the cartoon. So it looks fantastic. That's the new short sword of Omens. Let's get a look at him. And let's take a look at his face. Yeah, the coloring, let's see. Let's compare and contrast as I'm looking at the two faces here. Looks like the eyes on the original one are a little bit bigger. I feel like somebody had said that the molds of this look different, but they look the same to me. It just looks like they're painted a little bit different. This hair is slightly a darker orange. I got paint defects all over this guy, though. That really pisses me off. Like I got a paint defect under his eye. And there's a paint defect on the back. Let's see. Another thing that some reviewers had said is they talked about the logo being better. I don't see that. I mean, the logo actually on the new one looks a little crooked. It looks like it's tilted down where the Thundercats logo goes more straight across the way that it should. Trying to see some differences. The paint on the Super 7 one is a little bit darker. Yeah, everything is just slightly different, like with the paint. But that's the only real difference I can see. Somebody had said that they changed the body mold slightly, but I don't see a difference at all. I don't know about you guys. Let's see there. Okay, so the sculpt in the back of the hair looks maybe a little bit different. Nah, I think it's the same. No, I think it's all the same. So, but see, look, mine has just paint defects all over it. That's so frustrating. All right, anyhow, so let's get a look at the articulation. How does he feel? Shoulders are real tight. We got bicep swivel. They didn't change any of the articulation. Okay, so I got a locked joint here. This could break. Oh, I may have to. Did you hear that snap? God, I hope that doesn't break. I'm going to be so upset if this breaks. Okay, so I got it to unstick, but it was scary. I mean, the eyes look really good. Here's the head. Goes up that much, goes down that far. Not really much tilt from side to side. Let's see. Bicep swivel there. Let's do that. This elbow is stuck as well. Not as bad as the other one. That was frightening. Torso articulation goes down not too far. Goes about that far. Back that far. And we got swivel in the hips. Rotation there. This underwear is a soft plastic, just like the other one. Yeah, I think I might like this logo a little bit better. It kind of connects to the edge of the belt. This one doesn't, but this one's kind of crooked, like tilted down. So I don't know. Can do a full straddle. Can't get the legs up very high. That's what I didn't like about anyhow with these. It's like these Masters of the Universe classic molds. Also, they don't have double jointed elbows or knees, which I liked about the Bandai version better. And I'll show you guys that. Like, so let's see here. Oh, this is a 6-inch figure, by the way. The Bandai had like a 9, and here's like this guy's like 5 inches. So here's the Bandai version, the smaller version, but he had double jointed knees. Like Lion-O was very agile. All the Thundercats were. They were cats, for Pete's sakes. But the articulation on the Bandai versions were way better. And had they released all the original characters with Bandai, I would have just stuck with this. I don't think I would have bought this line of figures. But yeah, so we got the wrist articulation. This is kind of like clawed hands. Like, see, I mean, I don't see the purpose in these hands. Like, if it's a weapon, if it's a figure that holds weapons, all I need really are the weapon hands to hold. Maybe like a punching fist. Here's his ankle. Got good pivot there. And there we go. Yeah, the legs don't kick up very high, though. And I'm afraid to kick it too far because it'll mess up this soft plastic. Let's see here. I just can't remember with my original Lion-O. Yeah, he's got the same articulation there. So anyhow. All right, so the main reason I got this guy is the accessories anyhow. So let's get a look at the accessories because let's start with the Sword of Omens, which is the most important accessory of all. And this sword this is the long sword, looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The logo, there's no eye painted, so they didn't get as detailed with it. It looks, the shape, the sculpt is dead on. The blade is a lot thinner, as it should be. The guard right here is nice and sculpted perfectly, just accurate like the show. All the details are there. I mean, the hilt looks great. The handle. Let's compare it to the other sword. So this is the Matty collector version. So look at how thick the blade is. The blade is thick and wide on the guard or the hilt there. It doesn't curl all the way like it should. Like Lion-O would always say, Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight, and then it would curl like little eyes that he could see through. The original version didn't have that, so it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look accurate. The blade looks really wide. However, the logo on the Matty Collector version is painted more detailed. Like it is straight detailed. Like you can see the eye, you can see the little creases around the cat's jaw and ear. On the new sword, you don't have that, which is really disappointing. You think they would do a better job with that, and they didn't. So, man, there's pluses and minuses to the old one and the new one. So this one has a better sculpt, but this one has a better paint job. Which in the handle is thinner on this one, but the blade is thicker, where the handle is thicker and longer, but the blade is thinner. So this is more accurate, but the painting isn't as good, which is a bummer. And here's the short sword again, so you can get a good look at both of them together. A lot of quality control issues on my figure. I hope you guys don't have the same problem. Oh, and I'll show you guys. Here is the Bandai Sword of Omens. So here's the Bandai Sword of Omens compared with the Super 7. Sorry. The camera is not focusing. So there we go. So even on the Bandai version, they painted the details of the logo. And I don't know which one. I mean, I want to say, I do say the Super 7 looks better. Like they painted the green in there, so it gives it just nice details. But this sculpt is really good as well. Another thing that was wrong with the Matty Collector is on the eye of Thundera, this red part, it's indented. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the sword, come on, focus. Yeah, there it is. So it's like indented. You guys see that right there? How on the red circle with the cat logo, it's indented, which was really crappy for whatever reason. But this one is like a nice circle, nice oval shape. Looks really good. So the sword looks fantastic. And so does the short sword. Let's bust out the new claw shield. So here's the new claw shield. And looks fantastic. Looks cartoon accurate. So let me show you the, I'll show you the original one. And you get the original one that came with the Matty Collector, but anyhow, let's get a look. So here's the original one. That's the original one that came with the Matty Collector. I really liked this one. It was a really good design. I liked how it looked like an actual cat's paw. Like it has the hair texturing on it. The black knuckles look cool. But here it is with the more cartoon accurate version. And I really wanted it for this claw shield, and I wanted it for the sword. And I thought maybe the figure would be painted better, but it doesn't really seem like it. So, but there's the new claw shield. There it is on the inside. Claws look good. And let's pop that on. It pops off just like that. And that looks really long in there. So this one, man, I don't like that. Like it sticks out really far. I don't like that at all. I don't know why they did that, but it's extended really far off of his wrist. As if they didn't drill the hole enough. Like I'll show you with this one. So this goes, like look at the difference there. So this hangs down like 1/4 of an inch. Maybe they did that because of the sword, but it looks kind of clunky. It doesn't go up far enough. So maybe they did that because when you put the sword in the claw shield, I hope you can store it in here like this. Ah, come on, don't tell me that doesn't even do that now. Ah, this sucks. Wow. So you can't even put the sword in the claw shield. No. That's really frustrating. That's very unfortunate. So with the new one, they made it that you could store the sword perfectly. And that's fine, but they should just have one and it should just store in there. Ah. So that really stinks. Let's see if the original sword doesn't even fit in there. I'm going to have to drill that out so that the sword fits in there. That's not supposed to work. That's not supposed to work that way. I think this peg is too long. Jeez, oh man, that's just frustrating. That's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. All right, so let's see. Let's see if the original one fits properly. And yeah, so it looks like, so here's this is the new this is the Super 7 version, but this is the original claw shield design, and this one seems to fit a lot better. And let's see if the short sword can fit in there. And it does not. It doesn't fit in there. So that's annoying. That's really annoying because if you look at my original lino, short sword goes right in there. Let's see. Right like it's supposed to. And he can carry the sword around on his shield, and he does that a lot in the show. He doesn't always carry it on his hip. So that's a bummer. That is a design flaw that I'm gonna have to fix myself so that the sword can go in there, but I shouldn't have to do that. Like, it should do it on its own. So let's see. Even with the Bandai version, I'll show you guys that. Bandai version did the same. So I'll pull that off. You take a look there. This is the Bandai version. There's a nice little spot where you can put the short sword, because that's how Lino held it. That's how he had it. Oh, man. That's frustrating. So, that's that. And there's one more claw shield. This is the original sculpted claw shield. This is just dumb. They didn't need to give us this. That's too many. With the sword in there. This should have been opened up, and you should have been able to store the sword like this one has it. So this is kind of a waste in my opinion. But whatever. You may like that one. So you get four claw shields. It's excessive. Okay, so you get another head. Alright. So here's the new head. You get an angry growl face. Now, when I saw this, I was disappointed because I think for Lionel, they should have him doing the Thundercats ho face, where his mouth is open wide and he's saying ho. So you could pose him in the, where he's holding up the sword and he's summoning the Thundercats. I thought that would have been a way better alternative head sculpt, but they gave us the angry growl face, and it looks good. It's painted. There's like a little bit of shading. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like shading like on the top of the face there. So the teeth look good and the hair. Let's put it on. Oof, scared I'm going to break that off. And really like that. I don't think that's on all the way, and I'm afraid I'm going to damage it. So that's just another thing that I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to drill that out so it fits on there properly when they should have done that. That's bullcrap. And I heard Super 7 had a lot of problems with these figures. So frustrating. So I'm going to put the neutral head goes back on there, and let's see what else we got. So we got a couple sets of hands. This is excessive too, because they gave us so many claw shields. So you get two holding hands which look almost identical. So it's like, I don't know why they would give that to us. Like, maybe they thought like we might lose it. Maybe one angles down more. Let me try this one to see if... so here's the claw hand. Comes with a claw hand. And let's see, I'm going to put this hand on. And then I'm going to put the sword in his hand. Yeah, so here's him holding the sword. Like, I wish they would have put the joint on this side too, so he can point his wrist up more. So he can do the Thundercats ho pose. So he could do it like that. But so there's that hand, and let's try this other hand, which looks, like I said, almost exactly the same. And I don't know. I mean, it seems to be the same. So there's that hand, and do one more time. Here's the other sword holding hand, and let's see if it angles. Okay, so this one angles down, just it angles a little bit. Like if you're gonna do it, do it right. Like make it angle completely. So this angles down a little bit. I'll use this hand because I like it to angle a little bit. But come on, guys. What the heck? We've waited so long to be disappointed. Such a bummer. And then you get the two other hands on the opposite side. So it's not like you need them. You have plenty of hands. So you get two heads, you get 4 claw shields, and you get the long sword and the short sword. So, like, for example, here's the Bandai. This is my Bandai Lino. I love this guy. It's just they stopped making the other one. So, look, when he holds up the sword, look, we got a lot of movement in the wrist, and at least it angles down so he can point the sword up. And you can put him in the famous Thundercats hoe pose, like that. And you can put the short sword in the claw shield. Good grief. So, far better Lino in terms of articulation. So, that's all I have for you guys. Oh, here, let me show you. This is the new Thundercats version that came out in like 2010, I think. And this is the other Lino I had. So look at his wrist here. He has this articulation where he can point the sword up. See that? That's how it should be. If you have a sworded figure, they should have articulation like that. Or it should be on a ball joint so you have a full range of motion. So this is how it should be. And this guy can fit the short sword of Omens in his claw shield as well. Like, what are you doing, Super 7? Killing me. So there we go. So how do I feel about this figure? I'm really disappointed in it, to tell you the truth. I like the accessories. The sword looks fantastic. I wanted it for the new claw shield. But this new claw shield is defective, and I'm going to have to fix it. I'm going to have to drill a hole probably down in here so that the sword can go in. And then I'm going to have to drill a hole. Hopefully I don't ruin it when I do it, like in his wrist, so it goes deeper. So yeah, the packaging looks great. It's I'm just not happy. I'm not satisfied with it. I think I like the old version better in terms of practice.